Hello everyone, welcome back. In this today's session, I will explain you how to handle multiple similar elements in web-based applications using WebDriver. So how to count the number of links, how to count the number of images, how to count the number of drop-downs, and also we'll see how to count the number of tables, frames, different types of similar elements we can handle in today's session, guys. So before discussing how to handle these multiple similar elements, I'll give you one general example, guys, which helps you to understand this concept very effectively. Try to understand this, guys. I'll give you one general example. Just see. Let me start with the example. See, assume that there is a one organization, guys. Assume that there is a one organization. In this organization, many employees are working. For example, in this organization, 20,000 employees are working. Just see, this is the organization, and 20,000 employees are working. So as we discussed in the last sessions, that every employee in the organization is having some identifications. So what are all the identifications employees are having? Employee name, gender, employee ID, department, designation. Like that, we have different types of identifications. Now, one day, I would like to identify one employee in this organization. I would like to identify one employee in this organization. If you want to identify one employee in the organization, we are using the identification as a employee ID. Employee ID is what? 14159. So why we are using employee ID? Because to identify one employee, we are using employee ID. The reason is what? Employee ID is the unique for every employee. That is the reason with this unique identification, it is easy for us to identify the employee in the organization. Now, after some time, Kishore, I want to identify number of Kishores in the organization. If I would like to identify number of Kishores, I can't depend on employee ID because employee ID is the unique for every employee. But number of Kishores means what? I need to identify which is the common identification for every Kishore in the organization. That is what? Employee name. So with the employee name, I can easily identify number of Kishores in the organization. In case Kishore, if I want to identify number of male employees in the organization, so we can identify the number of male employees by using gender. Gender is what? It's a male. So by using gender, because every male employee is having the same gender is male. Next, I want to identify number of female employees. So what we are doing, gender is what? Gender is what? Gender is female. I am giving this. Understand, guys? Gender is female. Next, Kishore, if I want to identify number of delivery managers in the organization, we are using the department. Department is what? Delivery manager. So now the conclusion here is to identify one employee in the organization, we are using unique identification, which is employee ID. But to identify group of similar employees in the organization, we are using the common identification. So what is the common identification for every Kishore? Employee name. What is the common identification for every male employee? Gender. What is the common identification for every female employee? Gender is the female. And what is the common identification for every delivery manager? That is called as department. So to identify one employee, we are using unique identification. To identify group of similar employees, we are using the common identification. Same example, if you understand this example, guys, you can easily understand the application related example also, technical example also you can easily understand. Same thing, I'll convert into the technical example. See, here we are talking about organization, but here we are talking about the application. Organization is similar to application. Understand everyone, guys? Here organization, here application. And in organization, employees are working in the same way. In application, we have a elements. Understand, guys? So employees in the organization are having some identifications. In the same way, elements in the application also is having some locators. Locators we have. So what are the locators we have? ID, tag name, XPath, CSS, DOM, different types of locators. We already discussed what are the locators in the earlier sessions, guys. Now see, these are all the locators we have. Now, same procedure. How you used unique identification to identify the employee, one employee in the organization. In the same way, to identify one element, to identify one element in an organization, one element in an application, we are using the unique locator. Understand everyone, unique locator we are using to identify the one element in a application. So if you want to identify group of similar elements, group of similar elements, if you want to identify, we are using the common locator. So Kishore, what is the common locator? How do we know what is the common locator? For that we need to write some, we need to analyze the locators of the elements. Then you can understand what is the common locator for the group of similar elements. So understand guys, to work on one element in a page, we are using the unique locator. But to identify, but for working on multiple similar elements in a page, we are using the common locators. So Kishore, what is the common locator? How do you know? Since it is a general concept, I can understand what is the common identification for every Kishore? Employee name. What is the common identification for every male employee? Gender. But here, how do we know what is the common locator for every link? What is the common locator for every image? How do you know? That we need to analyze first. How to analyze them, that we will see. Let me start with the example, guys. See, let's open one application. What is that? I'm just opening one application called Facebook. Let's see. I just opened Facebook application. In this Facebook application, we have many elements like text fields, drop downs, radio buttons, links, images, so many elements we have. And I would like to count number of links in this page. How to count the number of links? See, I can see so many links here, but I would like to count this, but I would like to identify these links by using WebDriver. How to identify the links, guys? Before identifying the links, first we need to understand what is the common locator for every link. Understand? I want to count the number of Kishores. So first you should know what is the common identification for every Kishore. What is the common identification for every Kishore? Employee name. In the same way, to count the number of links, first we need to identify what is the common locator for every link. But Kishore, by seeing the links, I cannot understand what is the common locator. That's what we need to note down somewhere. What is the common locators for links? So how can we know? First, which link locators? I need to take the link locators. Messenger first. Right click on the messenger, inspect. I can see the list of locators of messenger link here. See guys, I can see some list of locators. Now let me note down guys. First link is what? Messenger. Messenger is the link name. So this link is having some locators. These are all the list of locators guys. In this list, you can see the first locator is the tag name. What is a tag name guys? What is a tag name? Tag name is what? A. A stands for anchor. Understand? A stands for anchor. Next locator is what? href. Hyperlink reference. href stands for hyperlink reference. Sure, what is hyperlink reference? Simple guys. What is the functionality of the link click functionality? If you click on the link, you will be navigating to somewhere. That somewhere location, we call it as a href, hyperlink reference. Understand? So href equals to this link, this reference it is showing. That means what? If you click on messenger link in a page, you will be navigating to this location. That we call it as a hyperlink reference, href. So what is the href of this messenger link guys? I'm just copying this link name, hyperlink reference. I'm just copying here. So what is that? href. Href is what? Control V. Understand everyone? Next one, title. What is a title? Title means what? If you mouse over on the link, if you mouse over on the link guys, one title will display. Take a look at messenger. The title. This is the title. What is the title here? Title is the so and so. This is the title of this messenger link. Next one is what? Messenger. The link text name. This messenger is what? Link text. Link name. Simple words we can say it's a link name. What is a link name guys? See, that is called as link text. Link text is what? Messenger. These are all the list of locators of which element guys? Messenger link. But by taking one link locators, I cannot identify what is the common locator. So we need to take at least 2-3 links names. Then only I can understand what is the common locator for every link. So let me take down the locators of people. Another link we have that is called as people, right? Can you see this people? Right click on the people, inspect. When you click on inspect, I can see the list of locators of people here. So what is this? First one is what? Tag name. So coming to the next one, second link is what? People. So people link. So in this people link, what is the first one? Tag name. What is the tag name guys? Tag name is A. Second one, href. What is the href? Hyperlink reference. When you click on this people link, you will be navigating to this location. So next one is what? Href. Next one is what? Href. Control V. Coming to the next one, title. If you mouse over on the link name, you can get this title, guys. Just title. What is the title of this link? Title of the people link. Title of the people link is what? So and so. Next one is what? Link text. What is the link text, sir? What is the link text? Link text is people. Okay. So I'm just taking the people, copied. Now these are all the two different types of links, in my page. And I copied all the locators of the links. When I copied all the locators of the links here, I need to identify what is the common locator for this link. See, let me start from the bottom. First, link text. Let me check the link text. So people link is having the link text of people, and messenger link is having the link text of messenger. So link text is not same for every link, guys. Link text is unique. So strike off. This is not required for us. Next one, title. What is the title of the link? Browse our people directory is the title of the people link. Here title of the link is take a look at messenger. So both are unique. So it is not same. So strike off. This is also not required for us. href. Okay, once you click on any link, you are now not navigating to only one location, guys. That's what href also different from one link to another link. Last one is what? Tag name. Tag name remains same for every link in a page. So why can't we use this tag name? Yes, we can use this tag name. So the conclusion here is what, guys? Every Kishore in the organization is having the same name, employee name. Every male employee is having the same gender. In the same way, every link in a page also is having the same tag name. Understand everyone? Same tag name. So we can use this tag name to count the number of links in a page. So how to count the number of links in a page, guys? First, let me launch the application. I just launched the application called Facebook. Once I open the Facebook application, now I would like to maximize. Yes, I maximize the Facebook application. Now I would like to count the number of links. But before counting them, I need to confirm which is the unique locator for every link. What is the tag? What is the common locator for every link, guys? Tag name. Tag name is A. So we can use this tag name to count the number of links here. How to use the tag name? Simple, guys. How to use the tag name here? See, driver means whichever the application you opened using WebDriver, in that application tool, driver dot find element. You can see find element, find elements. Two methods you can see. But what is the difference, Kishore? When we are using find element, when we are using find elements method. So this is very important question in interviews, guys. I created separate video to understand what is the difference between the find element and find elements method. Separate session I explained you guys. Don't worry. But here I'll give you the quick overview of find element and find elements method. See, till now we are working on only one element. Suppose I would like to enter user ID in an application. Before entering user ID, first we need to identify the user ID. We can identify that user ID by using unique locator, because only one element, right? That's what we are using, unique locator, to identify the user ID. So to identify one element in a page, we are using the find element method. And return type also is what? Web element. It returns only one element. Understand? But what is a find elements, Kishore? Find elements method we are using to identify group of elements, multiple elements based on the common locator. But multiple elements, if you are using find elements method, it returns what? Multiple elements. These multiple elements we cannot accommodate into one web element. That's what we are using list web element. It's a collection of web elements. Understand everyone? Find element method we are using to identify only one element in a page based on the unique locator. But find elements method we are using to identify the group of elements, multiple elements, and based on the common locator, and we can store them into list of web element collection. We are storing them. That is the difference between the find element and find elements method. So here we are using find elements method to count the number of links. How can we find elements of? By dot, every element, every link is having the same tag name. So what to do? By dot tag name of, by dot tag name of, what is that? A. So what is the meaning of tag name of A? Tool do one thing in this page. By using find elements method, whichever the elements are having the tag name of A, those elements you can read, you can capture, those elements you can store it into one collection. List, what is that? Web element. List web element, what is that, guys? Links name is, variable name is what? Links I'm giving. So if you run this code, what will happen? It will launch the application, it will maximize the application, it will identify the elements which are all having the tag name of A. Indirectly links only, guys, because every link is having the tag name of A. So, and those links will be storing into this collection. This collection size I want to print to know the number of links. How to print the collection size, guys? System.out.println. What is the collection name? Links.size. That's all. When you apply links.size, so automatically it will print the size of the collection so that you will get the number of links. Let's run this code. When you run this code, guys, it will launch the application. It will maximize. It will identify the elements which are having the tag name of A, and it will get them and it will store into collection and it will print the size of the collection. This is how we are counting the number of links. Let's execute, guys. Yes, completed. Now you can see 53. What is the meaning of 53? 53 elements in a page is having the same tag name as A. That means 53 links are there. Fine, Kishore, that's fine. Now I would like to count the number of images in a page. So how to count the number of images? Simple. Links are having one common locator. What is the common locator? Tag name. In the same way, every image in a page also is having the same tag name, guys. What is the tag name? IMG. IMG is the tag name. So can we use this tag name as IMG to count the number of images? Yes, same procedure. See, tell me, guys, what to do? List. Same story. List web element. List web element. What is that here? Images equals to driver dot find elements of by dot tag name of, what is that? IMG. By dot tag name of IMG. Let me run this code. System.out.println images.size. So it will count the number of elements which are having the tag name of what? IMG. Now I would like to count the number of drop downs, Kishore. These drop downs I want to count. So what? Every drop down is having the same what is it? Every drop down is having the same tag name. What is the tag name of every drop down, guys? Select. See, select is the drop down. Okay, select is the drop down tag name. So how to get the tag names, guys? How to get the number of drop downs? Come on, guys. List web element. List web element. What is that? List web element. Drop downs equals to any name you can. Drop downs equals to driver dot. Come on, everybody. Driver dot find elements of by dot tag name of, what is that? Select. Tag name of select. So now system.out.println drop downs dot size. Let's run this code, guys. When you run this code, it will count the number of links and print. It will count the number of images and print. It will count the number of drop downs and print. Not only for Facebook application, guys. The same logic we can implement for any application. Let me try with Rediff application or Yahoo Mail application or Qshore application, Qshore Motors.in application. Any application we can use the same code, guys. See, 4 images are there, 4 drop downs are there. Same thing, I'll write it in a Rediff application. When you just run it here, it will launch the Rediff application, count the number of links and print, count the number of images and print, count the number of drop downs and print, guys. See, let's run this. Yes, it is running now. Now it is counting the number of things in a, number of images and all in a, which browser, guys? Which application? Rediff application. Let's open here. 299 links are there, 79 images are there, but 0 drop downs are there. So we can't do anything, guys. There is no drop down in the Rediff application. This is how we are working on multiple similar elements in an application. But in this session, I have explained you only how to count the number of links, how to count the number of images, how to count the number of drop downs. That's all. But in the next session, I will explain you how to work on the links. Once you count the number of links, I would like to print the names of the links. I would like to print the names of the links with the get attribute, like a hyperlink reference of every link I want to print. I would like to print the number of images and the number of images source. Okay, I would like to print. All these things we will discuss in the next video, guys. That will be helpful for you because this is the base concept. Understand this concept, guys. So simple concept. If you want to identify before working on any element in a page, first we have to, WebDriver has to identify the element. Okay, so if it is a one element, WebDriver will identify that element by using the unique locator. If it is a group of similar elements, we are identifying them with the help of the common locator. That's what I explained you. How you need to know first what is the common locator for every link. Then you can give the instructions to WebDriver to identify the number of links. This is how we are working on multiple similar elements. Thank you for watching, guys. And next videos we will discuss about the advanced level, how to print all the links names, and these things we will discuss in the next videos. Thank you for watching.